Hey guys, today for reading you're going to do something a little bit different. You are going to be taking notes over a book that I'm reading out loud to you instead of taking notes over the text that you've been reading. The information that you're taking notes on today, you'll definitely be able to use it in your assignments later on when you get ready to do your projects. So don't just look at it as, oh, she's having us take notes as an assignment. Yes, you're going to turn in the notes as part of your assignment, but also you'll want to keep your notes on your paper so that you can use them later on. And as with a lot of nonfiction, I'm not going to read this book cover to cover. This book is called Renewable Energy Sources, Wind, Solar, and Hydro Energy Edition. It's a really cool book, and it has information about all different kinds of renewable energy. And since you're all doing different ones, you might be able to borrow this book once we get back to school. But it also, at the beginning of the book, explains renewable energy and gives some good background information. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. And keep in mind that you're taking notes using any of the formats that we learned last week. So you can use just the regular boxes and bullets with the main idea and the ideas. Topics below that. You can use your cause and effect, you can use problem solution, you can use sequential, you can use compare and contrast. You can use any kind of note taking that you want, and I've referenced those in the assignment, so in case you forgot, you could take a look at those. But basically, you have to take notes, all right, and you have to choose one of those strategies for note taking. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading, and then I'll stop once the book gets to the first section, which is about wind. So, Renewable Energy Sources, Wind, Solar, and Hydro Energy Edition. In this book, we're going to talk about three important renewable energy sources: wind, solar, and hydroelectric power. So let's get right to it. This is an aerial picture of a power plant. And it is possible to take notes about pictures. So if you've got any things you want to write down or observations, feel free, because you can take notes off of pictures. What's the difference between non-renewable and renewable energy sources? Human beings need energy to power homes, manufacturing facilities, and transportation, and as our population grows, we need more and more energy. There are two types of energy sources: non-renewable and renewable. Fossil fuels such as coal and petroleum are examples of non-renewable energy sources. These fuels were formed by natural processes deep in the earth over hundreds of millions of years, so once these resources are used up, we won't have them available. The other issue with fossil fuels is that when they are burned, they give out carbon dioxide. Our atmosphere has natural carbon dioxide, but when too much excess carbon dioxide gets into the air, it causes toxic pollution. It also causes something called the greenhouse effect. The excess CO2 starts increasing the temperature worldwide, causing global warming. And this caption says that this picture is an oil and gas pump in the mountains. In the 1800s, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was 280 parts per million. Today, it has increased by about 40% and is 400 parts per million. Most scientists believe that if the resulting increase in temperature continues, it will have disastrous consequences for our planet. Global warming will have the following effects: a rise in the level of our oceans as ice from the poles melts. And this is just a rendering of global disaster. And they continue the effects of global warming over here. An increase in the temperature of air and water worldwide, extreme weather events such as killer hurricanes and massive floods, a huge change in animal and plant life as an adjustment to the shift in temperature. And this is a picture of two polar bears on a small ice floe. It's not clear at this point whether the effects of global warming can be reversed. Scientists all over the world have been pushing for countries to change the sources of energy they use. This has led to new inventions in the field of renewable energy sources. Renewable energy is energy that will always be available for us to harness and use. And this is a picture that says global warming concept, lonely tree under dramatic clouds. So these last two pictures aren't photographs, they are digitally created renderings of what people think it might be like if we don't take care of our planet and we don't start using renewable energy. This is a picture of solar panel and then wind power. Characteristics of renewable energy. There are three basic characteristics of renewable energy. Renewable energy sources don't pollute the water, land, or air. They are carbon neutral, which means that they don't give off carbon compounds like CO2 in the process of being used. They can't run out because the source that creates them is unlimited, like the sun for solar power and the wind for wind power. Power from the wind, power from the sun, and power from moving water are three types of renewable energy sources. At the current time, only 10% of the energy in the United States is generated from renewable sources. However, these industries are poised for growth, which means they will be providing much more of the energy needed in the U.S. and worldwide in the future. And this is a picture of renewable energies, wind, solar, biomass. So there's wind, there's the solar panel, and then there's the wood that can be burned. And I think I skipped this picture. Oh, there wasn't a picture over there. This is a picture of wind turbines at the base of a foothill, so a big hill. And then the rest of the book has different sections on each type of energy, which is pretty cool. So remember, if you need to go back and rewind, or if you need to listen to this and pause it so that you can take notes, that's okay. But in the end, make sure you do what the directions on this Canvas page say to turn in your notes, and then keep track of your notes because you can use them for your own project later.